Okay, let's continue with the series. So, let's talk about Kathara. And on the Dimensions video, we brought that up, and in, I guess, in few others as well. But uh, this is the basis of eternal life. This is the 15 dimensional experience that we have, and this is where, like, yeah, just remember that we're talking about labels. So we could say that it is the God particle, but it's more like the connection to the infinite that's forever creating, forever expanding, and it can never die. So it to me it is the basis of how you can explain the eternal life, the eternal the spark that is within all of us at all times, the thing that can never die, even if our physical bodies might die. So, and we're not just gonna focus on the Kathara grid, how it is creating everything within us in our universe, but it's also how the earth is created, how the yet another label, but it's a it also explains the planetary system. It is what holds the astrology together. It is what uh, explains the so-called stargates in the earth, all that stuff. So it's gonna be another big one to unpack. So, but yeah, let's start drawing the Kathara grid. Okay, so let's begin. It's just like the worst possible version uh, of the. You'll find better ones online or whatever. So just go find some better versions of this, so it'll make more sense. So I guess the idea behind this would be to showcase how, like I've said, or what I keep saying all the time is what is within is also that is what is without. So let's do the numbers here. I can 11 would be here. This is 9, 10, 8, 8, 6, 7. We have 5, 3, 4, 2, and 1. And yeah. So if you compare this to the tree of life, the part that is there's a couple of key points missing, but the most important thing is the thing for eternal creation is always missing. So that is not the forever expanding, forever living thing. That is just a temporary thing, the so-called tree of life. So, but I guess this would be the actual tree of life. And there's the line. Oh, we can talk about that, or we're gonna talk about that. So, where should we even start with this? Okay, so okay, let's do. This is a square where, and then there's. It's not like very accurate, but just bear with me. I'm just gonna use this for demonstration. So this kind of doesn't matter, but it kind of does. So I've been talking about this being like everything is created in a 45-degree angle. And if we think about this is a square, which is a 90, so the intersecting lines here would be at a 45-degree. So, and these intersect right in the middle of the Kathara grid, and this is where the creation always happens. No, yeah, in a way, but I guess we just have to just. I'm gonna expand this right away, so we'll have a better way of demonstrating this same thing. And this would be 1. So this is the mirror image of this. And this is your, this is gonna get a bit crowded here, but this is your physical or your human form. Okay, and it's not very precise or accurate, but like bang in the middle would be your heart, and the line connects you with the earth. So this starts with 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, and okay, so that way, and even those are still accurate, but so this does the same thing. It's created in the same way. So here would be the 12, 11, 10, 9. There's one. So this just represents how you are connected, how we are all connected, not just you, not just me. We are all connected through this same system. Everything is created through this same system. Everything, there's nothing that cannot be created, or nothing is created without this same system. So, and okay, let's do the let's call this is the earth. Okay, and this is the, we're not gonna call that heart, but it is, let's call this your physical form. So this is form, well, human form, I guess. Okay, So let's do the Earth first, and then we get to. Okay, we can actually. Sorry for this being such a. Like it's all. Like, but because everything is connected, then this starts with 112. So this would be your planetary galactic let's call it system. So, and then there's another here. So this is the cross, and okay, let's not even do that today. We're just gonna focus on these three. And but this is like the forever expanding, forever creating, and it starts with the with the two sides, the magnetic and the electric. So once you combine these, then there's gonna be another Catharic grid formed. And this is all about the unifications, the completeness, the integration, the thing that we've been talking about the whole time. And that actually, like, okay, let's say that we're connected by something invisible, whatever. And I call this flow at times, but it's not flow like a water, like we tend to have an idea of what the flow of water would be like. But it's more a pulsation. There's a pulse that starts. The pulse is always there, but it kind of activates here, and it starts to create everything. Our thoughts are everything in the physical, whatever we see outside. Okay, so Earth. So if we go back to the dimensional things, this is kind of where it starts to happen. The dimensions, the 15 dimensions. I don't know how many that is, but just for the demonstration. This, because it's forever expanding, it is, and these are not like if we think about that, we would start to expand here. This is not like an outer perimeter. Like this is not like confining this. This is also infinite, but within the infinite there are the 15 dimensions. But it's not like we expand to here. Like this is it's just like there is no like border here which would like confine our or anything. Actually, it's infinite. And if we think about the like this symbol is used in, and it also has a sorry for that, but the Templars and all that, they use the same symbol. So this would be here, and if you connect the points here, then you understand what this actually means. We can do that at later as well. It's not important, but it's just what the symbols or what these symbolize. And it is actually, if you connect this to here, sorry, this way, that way, that way. So this is what that symbol actually means. And even that actually, because the 369, the Tesla thing, is still incomplete, the 12. This actually, this kind of follows that, so it doesn't explain the whole thing. It just uses the middle thing here. Okay, let's put down what the Kathara grid on the Earth, like if we think about what the Earth is and how the Kathara grid is, if we think about Earth, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, and 12. So, okay, 1 would be here. So these are on Earth. These are physical locations. You can, if that's something you're interested in, you can look these up. And I'm gonna explain why Earth also has a physical Kathara grid locations, and let's talk about those after we write those down. So we start with Monsegur. I think that's right. Monsegur. And Gaudi. And so number 2 would be, oh, I should remember these. This is the island. Vale of Vale of Pusey. So 3rd would be Westbury. Number 4, Bosra. Number 5, Xion. Lopnur. Number 6, this is Lake Titi Coco. Paxos. Number 7. This is Moscow. Number 8 is Machu Picchu. And Vatican. this, there would be bam. So Moscow and this is the desert. Bosra would be with Abaddon, 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 and 9. Okay, we have 9 there. 9 would be. It's the Giza. No, no, no. That would be 8. That's 10. That's 9. Of course. Yeah. Sorry. So Giza. It is Aqualientes. 10 would be Bermuda. Johannesburg. And 11 would be Sarasota. And Easter Islands. Easter Islands. And 12 would be Holly and Cyprus. So as you can see, there's there's two points to or two locations for one point on the Kathara grid. And why would that be? It's because these are also called stargates. So you could call this SG1, SG2, and all that. So Stargate 1, Stargate 2. But you get the idea. And that's just the. I'm not going to start to explain the Stargate system because to me it doesn't really make any difference unless and yeah, it's an interesting thing, but it's just it's just that at this point, before you understand this is just like you can start to go looking for into stargates, and if you don't understand this, the Stargate thing, it doesn't really make any difference. So, but I'm not saying that you shouldn't. If the Stargates are your thing, then by all means look into that stuff, and it is interesting. I'm not denying that, but it doesn't really become anything more than just an interesting theory unless you actually understand this. So let's do this the same thing on the planetary level. So this would be Orion Theta. And number 2 is Venus. Number 3 would be Mars. Number 4 is Earth. Number no, absolutely. Yeah, sorry. Uh, so this is the planetary. I guess we have to do that as well. So Earth 5 would be Maldek. Then Saturn. Then Jupiter. Then we have Uranus. And Pluto, Neptunus, Nibiru, and the 12th would be the Sun. So okay, let's do this as well. So just to this is like a separate video, but let's put this down as well. So this is okay, let's call that would be the planetary, and this would be the galactic. So here we have oh sorry, I started. This is absolutely Mercury. This is Mercury. And here we start with Orion. And Theta. 2 is Epsilon. Epsilon and Eridan. And then we have Nibiru. 4th, well, Alpha Centauri. And 5th would be this, the Pleiades, all seen. 6, this is the Arcturus, Omega Centauri. 7th, so this is Sirius B, and Cyan, I guess. 8 would be Orion, Mintako. 9th would be Lyra, Vega. 10th, this is the Andromeda, Mirage. 11th is Lyra, Avalon, I guess. And the final one is this, the Aramatena. Aramatina. It's also called the cradle of creation. So you can, like, everything is created using the Kathara grid. So, and everything is forever. It's eternal. It's infinite. So the galactic is the same. The planetary is the same. The human experience is the same. The earth is the same. We're all connected, and it's all created within you at all times. You're you are connected to all of this at all times. And I guess, like, the thing that if you start to look into the Kathara, the whole concept, there's so many things written about it. And this is usually presented, because I feel like it comes from the same source in a way, that it's just like being interpreted by somebody, and then it's been interpreted and interpreted. The interpretation has been interpreted so many times that it is just an interpretation. So, and this is my interpretation of the interpretation. So, but it's often presented in a way that we are kinda tied, because our level of awareness of this is still so limited, or something on the outside is limiting our awareness of this being the source of eternal creation. You are the source of eternal creation. So it's presented in a way that you have to, like, in order for you to have a better life, or better something, or become better, or become more, you have to get to this full understanding during your life, and then you're kind of able to have a better life, or better understand. The better understanding is just that you understand something better, and what you do with that is up to you. And this is just me explaining that everything is created using the same fundamental mechanics. It's all created in the 12-point system. And this is where the 15 dimensions, the 15 auric lights are. And I guess the next video has to be the video of about our history, because that explains this and this in so much more detail, and it kind of, but this just supports each other, because it's all tied together. So it's support, but I'm mostly focused on this aspect of this, because this is your human life. This is your human form having this experience, but you are not separated from the earth. You are not separated from the planets. We're not just, we're going to talk about what the planets are. and same with what the galactic system is and why it is something that is forever expanding, and what we can even talk about like individual why the series be well in the history thing. We have to bring in all this in as well, because that explains why we are where we are right now. And but like I've been saying the whole time, I'm mostly interested in this. This is the now. This is what you are experiencing right now. And it's fine to be interested in learning about stargates. The stargates are also within you, as is the whole galactic system, as is the whole planetary system. But unless you understand your human, and it's not me trying to say that your life is not complete unless you understand this. No, you're like, okay, yeah, I keep jumping back and forth, but if you think about like Kathara, this was the light sound of the one, light sound of the one. So the sound creates the light pulsation, and that pulsation creates the like it becomes a frequency, because we're talking about the dimensions. Now that light sound pulsation in a different dimension, it manifests in a different way because the frequency is different. But this is what is creating the physical experience. It's the flicking light switch thing that it creates different light patterns, light frequencies, different sound frequencies, different density. So this is kind of what I'm mostly interested in even explaining. But just to give you an idea that you are never apart from any of this. You are this whole thing the whole time. Nothing exists outside you. But this can be a bit overwhelming. And like the astrology, it explains this using this. Like, but it's the same thing. It explains the same thing, but it uses different labels. Just as if you like this same thing happens in everything. So if you look into your eye, the astrology is there. If you look into your palms, the astrology, this is the passive hand, this is the active hand. And if you understand what is happening, this is happening here, this is happening here. So it is, we're going to talk about the, like how you can reach your biology, how you can reach your hands and eyes and all that, because it gives you yet another tool to understand your human experience more. But it's not like this is your passive. If you understand how this relates to your hand, and then you have your right hand, this is the passive hand, this is like your birth chart relating to astrology, and this is where you are right now. This is the passive map, this is where you are on the map. And this explains, and even in your eyes, in everything, like once you start to see how your physical manifestation, you can look into your nails, it's all within and on the outside of your as well. Then we can look into your organs and your nervous system and vagus system. This is actually the vagus system. The vagus system is your connection. It is kind of like if we start to talk about the stargates, this is the portal. The vagus system is just another portal between you and everything. So so this is just, and in the middle of it is always the heart. The heart, something is in the center. Heart, it's in the heart of the city. It's in the heart of something. It's always in the center. So so this is the center of all creation, because this creates the vortex right here. This is the magnetic electric, and now you start to create here. But the Kathara, there, I guess there's so many better explanations or more detailed explanations on what the Kathara is. So let's not do that more. I'm mostly interested in explaining the mechanics of how that correlates in your own life, and how that correlates in your own universe. And and this is actually, I had a wonderful discussion with one of you the other day, and this just came up to me. So if you think about, yet again, the biblical terms, there's the Mary Magdalena, and there's the Immaculate Conception. Immaculate Conception. So, I guess in Bible, this Immaculate Conception is used to describe how the birth of Jesus got started by the Immaculate Conception. So from nothing came something, and this is the Immaculate Conception, which happens. It never stops. It is forever happening. Like the Immaculate, like once you have a thought right here, now that thought becomes a thing by the electrum. You're unifying the masculine and feminine. You're creating. You're bringing the two polarities together to create something. That is the. You're creating something. You're creating everything out of nothing. That is the Immaculate Conception. And if the Kathara Creed is something that you look into, that I'm sure there's plenty of other material that you can find more detailed illustrations of all that stuff, and how it. But this is kind of the basic understanding of how the Kathara, and this is kind of, this creates the, this should be in the 45 degree, but this is the Roish cross. So look into the Royce cross if you're interested in learning about the Kathara. But this is the Royce cross. It's actually, because it's micro macro. It's forever expanding, and that what is within is also without, like so. So the Royce cross is actually, this is the crossing point here. This is where the 45 degree Royce cross is. This is the eternal life. So if you're interested in eternal life, have a look into that as well. And let's, because we are connected, this is the vagus nerve, vagus line. So it connects your heart with the center of the earth. And just to give you an idea, we the heart is the key to all of this. But earth heart, if you, it's never separate, and there's only one thing, like the age is a ladder with one step. So you're one step from the physical to the spiritual. This is the only step that it doesn't. It's just what it's actually the step that connects the two, the age, earth heart. So I guess this was I don't know. It looks like a big mess, but we're talking about multi-dimensional things, and trying to do two-dimensional drawing on it is a challenge to somebody who can not even draw that well. So, but you are right here creating everything, and this is the 15-dimensional, and all these are also, all these have the 15 dimensions. This has the 15 dimensions. So you are everything that there ever was, ever will be, or is. There's just you. And the 15 dimensions, it starts from one source. And that source is always within you. It's always in your heart. That source is always in the center of the earth. It's always in the astrology. It's all like in the astrology right here. It's I'm only talking about one thing, but trying to explain it from different points of view, basically. Okay, I think we're running out of paper here. So next video we're gonna dive into the history. So that's gonna explain more about this and this as well, and of course this, like people who are interested in like the Earth's Kathara grid. There is a very specific reason why these are the points, and if you go through the points on the map, and then you can actually understand your history even better if you look, and even the very current moment. What is the Kathara point that is getting a lot of attention right now? But it's not something that I'm not. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, or everything matters, but it's not. I don't know. We're just gonna leave it at that. But if you're interested in learning about the stargates, the Earth's Catharic grid, by all means, dive into it, look into it, and just remember, all these points are within yourself as well. And I left out your or our physical 12 points on purpose, because that's a episode that we're gonna do once we are talking about the biology. So those points will make more sense then. But this was just to give you an idea how everything is connected through this same system. So before I run out of paper, I just wanna thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.